There were literally 25 speakers, so if I were to talk about each of them, it would be 1 hour long video. So I'm gonna share what I learned specifically and you can take home some actionable tips. Hello everyone, welcome back. For those who are new here, I'm Umar, the founder of GrowthWinner. On this channel, I share my learnings and insights on SEO. In this video, I'm going to share my key takeaways from SEO Mastery Summit Conference. The first 2 days were dedicated to paid workshops. Although the workshops in Chiang Mai were not paid, they were at the same time, so we had to choose the ones that were interesting to us. Despite it being paid and being a VIP member of SEO Master Summit, I have attended all workshops, so I can record this stuff later. Get your notebooks and be ready to take notes. The first one was a YouTube workshop by Mike D. He's the CEO of Playstack and a YouTuber himself. The first thing that he shared was it all depends on the idea. With SEO, the most important thing is the keywords that you cover, since the content itself and the audience you will be attracting will depend on the topics that you are targeting. Now, apply this to YouTube. I used to create videos based on my interest, and then my manager suggested recording something that people want to watch, that is having search demand.
I'll put a stop to this.
In short, if you're into YouTube, spend time on ideas and research. One thing that I have seen Austin Armstrong doing a lot, especially on his short form content, if an idea works for you, don't leave it, double down on it. The idea of useful websites worked for him and he literally created tons of videos on it. Mike suggested the same. For inspiration from really good YouTube channels, he shared 2 of them, The Diary of a CEO and The Future. From ideas to video itself and editing, everything is super. The next tip is about making the viewers stick. So retention equals to user behavior signals in SEO. Doesn't matter how great the thumbnail is, how much knowledge you shared in the video, or if you had done good editing or not. If people aren't watching your videos, the channel will face a hard time growing. If you are still watching, I think I have done my job. Thanks for that. Okay, one thing that I will stop doing, thanks to Mike for this insight, is you shouldn't really use any word that signals the video is ending. For example, I say finally or lastly a lot before the video ends. This quickly lets people know the video is ending and they prepare their minds to just close it anyways. Another thing that I was not following earlier is putting my CTA, could be booking a call, hiring my agency, or visiting my landing page, etc. way at the bottom of description. So if you want to make people take action after they watch your videos, add the CTA in the first line of the description. Now, if you have got channel up and running and have access to the analytics, one thing that you can follow is to see what are the time slots when people are watching your videos and schedule 1 to 2 hours before that peak time. Before we move on to the second workshop, I want to share another tip. If your channel covers podcasts, rather than putting any keywords or stuff in the thumbnail, put one actionable insights, a few words that can intrigue users to click the thumbnail. This advice is not to deceive the viewers at all, but to create curiosity in their minds. As an example, check out the Diary of a CEO podcast playlist. Alright, the second workshop was on link building by Carl Conger. He is the director of marketing at Smash Digital. Before we come to the insights from this workshop, I have documented my exact email outreach link building process, which I use for my clients at GrowthWinner. You can watch it on my YouTube channel. Back to the workshop. I have got 2 key takeaways from Carl's workshop. First, if you want to spice up your link acquisition game and have an outreach team, then reach out to the SEO and content team of businesses. The founder has nothing to do with the website. Most likely, they don't have the website logins as well. And we are talking about websites with millions of traffic per month. Those teams are responsible for managing the website and they can get you links. I have tried this myself, and my suggestion here is don't stop at reaching out to them via email. You might not be able to build links and good relationship there since they can't see you. LinkedIn works best for this strategy. The second takeaway from this workshop is that you need to offer something else other than content to the webmaster that can really convince them to consider your link request. However, those who accept paid links don't really care about it. But if you are presenting the content gap to them, you do the keyword research, you are putting time into creating the content with screenshots, stats, and graphics, even those webmasters will consider your request who don't accept paid links. Believe me, this is the secret sauce on how I acquire links for SaaS companies.
This is classified information.
Another thing that he addressed is the question that I have been asked zillions of times. How much time do links take to show the results? Generally, it takes 6 to 8 weeks, that is 2 months, to see the impact. Again, it depends on what context we are talking about. That's the reason SEO testing is difficult and sucks a lot of time if you are doing it for links. After Carl's workshop was done, I conducted my own workshop where I shared the case study on generating $5.6 million worth of business for a client, all through SEO. If you are a business and looking for high-level SEO, or if you are an agency and looking for a white-label SEO partner, schedule a call with me using the link in the description. After the day one workshops were over, ODYS, one of the sponsors of this conference, hosted an invite-only meetup with audience mentors. Though I met brilliant minds, but one super secret guy who is not used to attending conferences, I met him at this meetup, Jackie from Indexing. Okay, back to day number 2 and workshop number 3. The third workshop was on AI content creation by Vaibhav Sharda, the founder of autoblogging.ai. Vaibhav, as I said in my latest video on AI content tools, is just a brilliant mind. He's always seeking feedback on how he can make his tool better to make it top-notch when it comes to generating content using GPT and LLMs in general. He said fresh domains are working very well when it comes to building micro-niche sites with AI content right now compared to expired domains. Right now is the keyword here. So he shared his complete strategy for finding the niche, doing keyword research, writing titles, creating content briefs, and generating articles in bulk. He started a site from scratch and published around 100 articles, no proofreading, nothing, all within 60 or so minutes. If you notice, a Netflix show is around 60 minutes, and that guy literally built a site from scratch in that 1 hour.
Pretty impressive, huh?
You might be thinking, hey Omar, the sites must not be making money, right? He shared a proof with me that most of his sites are monetized and making well over $1,000 per month. That's nice, right? And the investment is just only domain registration and autoblogging.ai credits. That's it. To select authors, he literally just Googles niche and appends Forbes with a query. Find the popular authors in those niches, and that's it. Authors are selected.
Wow. Pretty cool, right?
But I don't recommend doing this, since as per him, this strategy is not sustainable at all. Pretty much a churn, earn, and burn kind of thing. Lastly, he recommended these tools for indexing the articles: Omega Indexer, Index Me Now, I use this myself, and Giga Indexer. The last one was recommended by James Dooley after I spoke to him, as it's the one working really good at the moment and it's cheap. Not in terms of working, but pricing.
The good cheap stuff.
The fourth workshop was on systems and processes by Kieran Browning. Some entrepreneurs love systems and some hate them. Yes, I know a lot of them who are against it. But to me, I always wanted to build a business that can literally operate without having me lifting a finger. Not there yet, but I will be there soon for sure. There's the reason we at GrowthWinners document each and every process. Even if there is a need to push a button, a new team member joining will find an SOP for that. This is what Kieran shared in his workshop, how you can build processes and systems that your company operates like a well-oiled machine. By the way, if you haven't checked out my SEO productivity system video, I have shared how I stay productive while working consistently on this channel, owning an SEO agency and portfolio of niche sites. Want to know the best way to create an SOP? I learned it from Joe once, and Kieran shared it in his workshop as well. Create a Loom video explaining your steps while doing anything in your business, feed the transcription of video to ChatGPT, ask Chat to build an SOP, create a Google Doc, copy paste the SOP from Chat, adjust it accordingly, and attach your video in the document. Now, you can literally hand that over to any incompetent person and he or she will be able to execute those tasks for you. Easy peasy.
Piece of cake.
As of recording this video, Loom has introduced its AI feature to do this automatically for you. It's an upsell on current subscription you have, but it's worth it. And no, Loom is not paying me to say this.
How many times do I have to tell you?
You may not believe, but I have my SOPs for traveling, packing the stuff, planning the trips, etc. At first, it looked like a time-wasting thing, but it helped many folds later on. If you don't want to create processes yourself, there are two options. Number one, use ClickMinded. I'm not their affiliate. Number two, hire an operations consultant or a better manager who has experience building excellent processes. One key thing, and that's the mistake I made earlier, is adding KPIs in my SOPs, but both are different. SOP should just be an SOP. Clear instructions with step-by-step approach to do XYZ task, nothing else. And once you are done, your team is not gonna use them. Wait, what?
What the fuck?
Yep, unless it's easy to access the SOPs, don't expect them to put any effort at all to find out. So, create 2 folders on Google Drive, one that everyone can see in the team and one that certain people have access to. The documents inside these folders should only be 3 clicks away. Okay, we are done with the workshops. After the 2 days of workshops and before the main conference day, we had an Ask Me Anything session with Kyle Roof. I can't share the exact questions, but here are the insights from this session. Number 1. As we enter into SGE and Google starts to roll it out, the schema and structure of the website will matter more. The hierarchy and order of headings, content itself, and correct use of entities and their placement, so on and so forth. In short, the one who will be paying attention to micro optimizations will win. Number 2. Right now is very good time to make money with SEO. A lot of people are either pivoting or leaving. This reminds me of a very beautiful quote by Warren Buffett. Be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. Number 3. If you care about something, don't run SEO tests on it. Meaning that you should not go ahead and start testing this stuff on your top tier projects. In short, run separate testing sites from your dear projects. Number 4. When doing the fancy stuff, people really forget to implement the basics. Double down on the basics first and you can do the fancy stuff later on. Number 5. Stop worrying about SEO and start implementing the stuff you already know. Drum rolls, please.
Drum roll!
As we are entering into the day 1 of the main conference. The main event of the day 1 was Mastermind. After Mads welcomed people who joined the conference, Ian, Keira, and Julian spoke on the stage from talking about leadership through innovation to international SEO and AI SEO strategies. In the Mastermind, at first, I felt I was in the wrong group because 2 people owned SaaS companies, one was totally into Facebook, and then me, agency owner and a bit into e-commerce stuff.
I'm in danger!
But it all started making sense when everyone shared their challenges and other people in the group shared their opinions backed by experience. One thing that was really inspiring, I didn't know the guy who is sitting in front of me owned a business that generates around $60 million per year. It's million through SEO. For those who are facing problems with link building and personal branding, I shared my suggestions. Although masterminds aren't designed for this, we literally fixed and relaunched a Facebook campaign together. Since 2 people left early, the last one got the most time, and that was me.
I got lucky, I guess.
As always, we will be sharing the progress with each other in the mastermind to see if there are any improvements. If not, then why? As you know, what happens on day 1 after the conference speeches? Opening party. On the second day, I was looking forward to 2 talks, Greg's and Ferry's. I missed the first 2 talks, Beyond Rankings by Sujan Sarkar and Tactical Link Building by Shimon Sloik. So, my day started with James Dooley's interview where he answered questions asked by Mads that were selected from the audience before the interview. Those were just answers, but here is what stuck with me. Number 1. If you have a YouTube channel and got first 1,000 subscribers, go out with your family and celebrate that. People normally start looking at people like Matt Diggity. He has got 100k subs. No, you are miles off that. Go ahead and celebrate small wins so you can enjoy your journey to success. Number 2. TikTok and Pinterest ads are very cheap. Utilize them for your business. Retargeting is also very cheap and easy to implement to get people back to your site. Number 3. Find businesses that have a lot of brand searches or great social media presence, but they suck at SEO. Acquire them. After the interview, Greg came to the stage. In his talk, he shared really good strategies to level up the revenue food chain. If you think SEO is a cheap traffic source, think again.
Must be unbelievably stupid.
It's one of the best traffic sources when it comes to marketing your business. I don't need to explain the reason. But the biggest challenge is that you don't really own the traffic or audience. If you ask me, one key takeaway, because you will not be able to find it in the slides, was buyers by growth. One of the biggest mistakes that niche site owners make is not selling the site when it's growing. Why? Because they want to squeeze more juice in the form of more revenue. Now, if the growth is stagnant and possibly may start going down, will any buyer on earth buy the business? Not any I know of. As a roadmap, he shared grow your email list and then sell digital or physical products or maybe both based on your customer's need. Listen to this line again. After his talk, Kirk spoke on dominating your niche as an SEO expert. Now, it comes time for my man, Ferry Cassoni. I was literally blown away by his personality traits and characteristics. Some people look humble, but they are not. And this guy is. Well, his talk, as per the feedback that I have received, was one of the best, along with Jason's, and I will share about it in a moment. Here are quick insights from Ferry's talk. Number 1. Find 2 datasets that already exist and create a brand new data out of it. You don't need to have a special sort of data provider. It's open to all or publicly available datasets. Number 2. When pitching to journalists, keep your email subject line short, concise, clickbait, or something that raises curiosity, and remove any fluff, just like you should write a YouTube thumbnail copy. Number 3. Start your pitch email with 3 to 4 bullet points. This should be the summary of your digital PR. Number 4. Then introduce the client and make sure to add hyperlinks so it's linkable when they add it. Number 5. One key thing to remember with digital PR is you are selling the originality and legality of the story. That's why you should always mention the source and methodology. Ferry's team uses Roxy Media and Muckrack to find journalists, but he also recommends using Season, Vilio, or Prowly. The last one is best if you are starting out with digital PR. The beauty of digital PR is that you are just paying for the tools and human resources, not the link itself, just like guest posting. By the way, if you want to book a consultation session with me for your digital PR campaign, click the link in the description below. Then Callan spoke on the psychology of SEO, and Itamar Marani, who is recommended as the best mindset coach, spoke on elite performance and the motivation fallacy. Then we went for a VIP dinner with all speakers, and it was not VIP by name, but experience was VIP as well. I knew that Mass was only good with management skill. No, I was wrong. Check this one out. Party done, and now we are back to day 3. The first talk was by Corey, and I'm not gonna share the details since it was bit similar to Dubai's speech.
You got me.
I shared everything about it in my Dubai conference recap. You can check out the video, link is in the description. 2 talks that I was really looking forward to on day 3 were Jason's on building his SEO agency from $0 to $20 million per year, and Steve Todd's on go-giver approach to becoming high-ticket SEO consultant. But first, Olga shared her lessons learned from 150 plus in-depth SEO orders. I've shared my strategies in my technical SEO, content SEO, and 15-minute SEO video. Check them out. After Olga, Jason Bernard spoke on controlling your presence online through your brand knowledge panel. Next up, she shared her tips and strategies on affiliate marketing. I've shared the details in my Chiang Mai SEO recap video. It was not 100% same, but you will get the good idea. Now I'm going to share the key takeaways from the author of that book, Honest SEO. Yes, you got this, Jason Hennessy. Number 1, create a Google Sheet and in the first column, write down the task that you do on daily basis. Preferably, do this exercise every day. Now, in later rows, write down if you are incompetent, competent, excellent, or unique at doing these respective tasks. Lastly, write down how much money on an hourly basis you would pay to someone to get it done. This way, you will get clear idea which task you should be focusing on that makes you most money and no one else can do it. Again, watch my SEO productivity system video where I have shared tons of strategies like this. Number 2, repeat after me. If you don't have an assistant, you are the assistant. Although I realized it very late in the business, but I did. This lesson stuck with a lot of people since I heard some talking about it over the dinner as well. Number 3, do not give employees fancy titles that they don't deserve or haven't earned. Number 4, when you take care of your employees, they will take care of your clients. Number 5, when an employee makes a mistake, they are exposing a problem you need to fix. Don't be mad at them. In my company, me and my managers, always try to help other person improve unless they don't want to improve. Number 6, manifest your coach. Then find a coach who matches that manifestation. Now you can get the idea why it was one of the best talks. Then Kasra spoke on building niche sites. As per him, they aren't dead. The last talk was by Steve Todd on the go-giver approach to becoming a high-ticket consultant. Although he was not feeling well due to health problems, he still made it to the stage. You can read in detail about the approach he discussed in the book, The Go-Giver by Bob Berg and John David. One key thing that was really an eye-opener for me was his suggestion to give help at scale rather than offering one-on-one help. Giving away at scale means sharing your knowledge on email newsletter, blog, YouTube channel, etc. And for one-on-one help, it means people who are asking questions in DMs. For LinkedIn, he suggested getting a premium account as it comes with tons of benefits. He too has the Job Seeker account, which is just $29 per month. To create the content, try different formats and angles. He shared a couple of them in his presentation. What works for you, just double down on it. For example, Jake Ward started posting 5 carousels per week. Brody shares changes in SERP. Ferry mixes humor and PR to spread out his message, and it's working to market his business as well. Andrew Holland visually explains SEO concepts, and Liam is a technical SEO consultant but never talked about SEO. Only SEO jokes. After 5 days of constant networking, learning, and building connections with new people, we enjoyed an awesome after party sponsored by Audivias and Artiso Sourcing. And you know what? Ferry is not only good at building digital PR links, he is excellent at walking on hands. And let me share something really important before you go. There is no point in just watching all of the videos like this if you are not gonna implement anything. I would recommend at least try once. While Jason Hennessy was on the stage, he asked, what's your number one actionable takeaway that can pay for your whole travel expenses? And did you notice one thing? He said actionable. As long as you are implementing something from the insights that I'm sharing and you start getting results out of them, I pretty much did my job. All the relevant links to mentioned resources are available in the description. Now smash the subscribe button, and until then, see you in the next one. Bye bye.